Hello there, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Alexander Smith and the fact that he thinks he time traveled to the year 2118. Alexander Smith, a man who claims he time traveled to the year 2118 from a time machine built in 1981, in which he used to send him 137 years into the future. The man stayed quiet for a long time, but due to him being threatened and warned by people in charge, he hadn't even told his children, grandchildren, and loving wife until this video went live. In the year 1981, Alexander started out having a job as a local car repairman and had no relation to the CIA or military at this point in his life. One day, Alexander and his wife were sitting on the couch watching the telly when he heard a knock on the door. There stood in front of him were two men dressed in black, who soon Alexander found out to be part of the CIA. They told him to come with them, and he agreed and took a seat in their truck. They then blindfolded him and told him that they couldn't tell him where they were going. When the car stopped, he heard noises of helicopters. They then told him to follow him, and then they got into a helicopter. 45 minutes later, they landed in a secret military base. The men brought him down into a cave-type area and made him climb a tall ladder into a deep hole. Alexander then said he remembered something he signed up for 10 years ago, and that he worked for the CIA in the late 1970s. Alexander said a scientist took him into a room with a box-type machine and told him it was a time machine. He said they told him he was going to be the first test subject of this new technology. They told Alexander that he signed up for a test in advanced technologies that he could not decline now. The scientist told him to put on a suit of tin and a helmet covering his whole head due to the radiation. He lay down in the time machine and it was dark and cold. He said it was pitch black and he started to feel lightheaded as it continued. He then saw lights flashing and he fainted. He said he woke up in a hospital bed and thought something had gone terribly wrong. He then looked around and saw a floating clear table with cups on it. A nurse came in and told him they found him on the side of the road and thought he was in a car crash or something. Alexander then said he time traveled and he was from year 1981. The nurse then told him the year was 2118. In shock, Alexander was told to watch TV to get his mind off of it by the nurse. Alexander said the whole world was so different. There were floating cars, giant clear buildings, everyone dressed in mostly white clothes. The way he got back to the year 1981 was unclear, but he claims it all happened. Do you believe him? Tell us what you think about this story down in the comments. Until next time, stay weird.